Hello, everyone, and welcome to the session on one is why Selenium can transform your QA career, and followed by a brief orientation for the day one on the new live training for Selenium with Webdriver, Core Java, and automation frameworks. So, what I have in front of you right now, team, is a bunch of slides and about two or three poll questions that I want to go along with you, and then at the end, I would love to guide you on what's next as part of your learning or mastering Selenium. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. For uh, your information, this video will be available for you for offline viewing as well, rather online, but at a later time. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining. Let's get going. What I have, team, is basically at a high level. Here is the agenda. I'm going to talk about Selenium as not as a tool, but more as the viewpoint of many users. All right, what do each type of user look at Selenium, and how do we perceive this tool to be, and what it can do to your career? All right. I will also talk about what who you are. All right, what kind of a background do you come from? What kind of expectations do you have? Then I'm going to focus on how it may help you, how it may help you transform. We will get into the next section of can you really do it? If you need to do it, then how and what. So that's the whole idea. So this session, team, is very focused on you, nothing more than what can Selenium do for your career. All right. So before I get going, I'm assuming right now that all of you can see my screen. If you cannot or you cannot hear me, then please let me know in the chat. I know there are over 150 participants at the moment. So if there are a few of you facing any technical difficulties in the live session, you have the offline video also to view. So, team, before I get started, I want to definitely mention to you that the idea of the overall Selenium as an automation tool, as a functional tool, as a tool for the regular QA guy has been growing phenomenally over the last 4 or 5 years. Okay. And even today, there is a great market, which we all know it. And the best way for you to take a look into it is to get through a job board like a Dice or a Monster or a Career Builder and just search and see the jobs in your local area on Selenium and see what kind of a skills they are asking for. All right, that is just to give you the viewpoint of what this specific tool can do to your career and your job hunts. Again, depending on where you are. All right. The next slide that you will see, team, that's coming up will talk about the myth and the truth behind the tool. What we really want to talk about here is what is it that this specific tool is talking about in the market. So, the myth, for example, it being open source, there is no cost to the tool. The myth that it is widely used across a lot of projects, a lot of organizations, lot of software testing professionals. It is also very complex to learn. There is very heavy coding into it. There is a lot of implementation of automation frameworks and so on. Correct. Then there are myths that you will be working on Selenium once you finish your trainings, once you get your job, and then that will be very strong part of your career. The reason I say myth is the truth could be a little different from it. And again, it is not a bad thing, but it is an important thing for you to realize. So you know exactly what you will be getting into and how you're going to approach it. All right. So, what's the truth behind it? It is open source, but though there is no license fee, there is more cost towards implementations, more towards hardwares, and there is also cost towards skill set. So hiring someone in Selenium could be more expensive than hiring someone with HP Quick Test Professional, only because of the coding experience. May not be significant, but eventually the costing is not a great factor for deciding on that. Next one, it is more popular than implemented in the sense that it's got a lot of popularity, team, but the real implementation of Selenium and to what extent it has been implemented in the global market varies significantly. Most of the organizations have done very very minimal use of Selenium, and they continue to do it at a very very high level. They never go in depth. They never really see their entire application portfolio and say, you know what, let's automate 50% of our entire manual process and let's use Selenium to the best possible of what it could do. All right, so it's not used to that level. It is not that tough to learn. Unfortunately, this is the myth that has been created, that Selenium is very tough. The coding part is tough. The frameworks are tough. No, team. If you learn it the right way, if you focus in putting your effort and time for 3 4 weeks onto it, I am sure you will learn it to the extent of how you need to apply it. And that's the big difference. What you're going to see is who are you and how are you going to apply it. All right. And the future work, some part of this text which is getting covered is you may never use it, in the sense that you will learn Selenium, you will get interviewed on Selenium, you will get hired because you have the strong Selenium automation skills, but eventually you may never be using Selenium, team. Why? Because is what you will see in the next upcoming slides. So, team, I'm just moving forward with the next slides. At this point, I have a quick poll to take from you. And this will be a great poll for me to know how the audience is participating as well. So, at this point, I am going to launch a poll which should come up on your screen any second. This is a poll which will give me an idea of who you are. So, please take a few seconds and fill up this. Out of these five options that you have, uh, are you new to IT and QA? Are you already a QA engineer analyst? Are you a non QA IT professional, like you are into development or something else? Are you a QA lead manager? IT leader is someone like a CIO, CTO, QA department, and so on. So, team, about 56%, 59, almost 60% votes have come in. I'm going to wait for a few more seconds for getting as many participants as we can. And once we touch the 90% votes, then I could close the poll. So, team, right now we've got about 86% votes in, and almost 90%. As I see, there is about 24% which is talking about new to IT and QA. 55% of you are already into QA. You're a QA engineer, QA analyst, or so on. And that is exactly what I expected out of this audience, that where you may be falling. There are about 7% who are non QA but IT professionals, right? Like you could be a developer, you could be a business analyst, you could be a database architect, but basically you're in the IT field, you're not a QA engineer. And then there's about 13% who are QA leads and managers. Thank you so much for participating. Now, here is the results. I am assuming at this moment that you can see the results that have been voted on. So it's a great feeling, team, to know that many of you, over 50%, are already working in IT, and 55% are working as QA engineers or analysts. What that means is, how can Selenium help you? And I'm sure that the next poll that you will see, team, will talk about that specific question. So, team, I'm going to take next poll from you, and I want you to help me answer this question now. How can Selenium now help you? I would love to hear from you, team. You have the options in front of you, and that will tell me what exactly it is. Getting your first QA job for your upcoming automation project, get a promotion, or get a better feel at work, saving project cost, not sure, confused. All right. Now, and I'll tell you how the answers will get varied. It depends on who you are. If you're not yet in IT industry or you're looking for your first job, then you are expecting that this tool will get you that platform. If you're already in the project, or already working rather, you would want to move into an automation project, either because it's a passion for you, you're interested in it, or because you believe that that will set your career up for the future, right? What happens tomorrow, team, if the competition increases dramatically, and then you are left with a very very heavy competition to fight with, when the jobs, let's say, the demand is lower than the supply? you need an edge, and that is where this edge will come to. So about 76% votes have come in. I'm going to close this poll and I'll share this result. So right now 45% says for your upcoming automation project. So that's great. That's not something that I really anticipated out of this poll, but that's great. There's about 26% that says that getting your first QA job. There's about 19-20% which is talking to get a promotion at work, get yourself to the next level, and so on. Yes, a few of you are talking project cost and confused about what it can do as well. And that's fine. The reason I deliberately put the word confused is I understand many of you start there. I would start if it's a new line for me. But then that is what this session is trying to do, set you up, help you make your decision about is this something that's going to help you or not in your career. So, poll closed and results shared with you right now. All right, everyone. So they here are the results that have come up, and what you're seeing right now is what have come up in terms of your responses. About 88% vote 7. Again, team, there are about 160 participants, so you know that the demography of the participants in terms of the poll size is significantly high. So great, team. Thank you so much. I'm hiding the results, and now let's move on to the next few slides, and then I'll take more questions from each of you. So, how can Selenium transform your career really? And think about it from your perspective. All right, you, who you are. All right, you could be anyone who's working, who's looking for a job, who's looking for a growth, who's looking for a switch, and so on. All right. So the first thing is getting hired, team. It could differentiate you. Let's say there's a job opening. All right. Number one, for one QA engineer non-automation job, let's say there are about 100 applications. Can the client really go through every application? No. How do they shortlist? Domain, automation tools, all right, past experience, all right, or that is the screening that they could do at a resume level. And then when they talk to people, they will see, have you really done automation? Are we going to use it? Not necessarily. But that, if I'm getting someone with an automation skill at the same price and who has the same passion as a normal QA engineer without an automation skill, who would it be preferred? Correct? And that is what is key, team. It was easy to convince senior management to hire Kumar. Why? Because hey, it makes sense. This guy has the skill, this guy has more than what we're asking, and he's committed, and he can be used for something additional, right? Getting projects. What do you mean by getting projects? You're already selected, you are hired, you are onboarded. Now what would happen? There are bunch of projects that you will work through across the year in the same organization. You will keep moving from projects to projects to projects. You may work with the same team or different teams. You may be physically moving your seats and so on as well. But what does that mean to you? The more projects you work, the better it is for your career growth. The more exposure you're getting, you're learning more, you are uh, having more motivation because there's constant change and you would love to do it, right? There's nothing more constant on it. Now, if you are to get projects, how? It will be great to move Bob to this project. What does that mean? Let's say there are about 5 6 people in the same project and there's a new critical project that has come on. Who would you want to move there? You want to move someone who's got the automation skills, who's probably more eligible to get a promotion or to get recognized, and that is the reason that can help you. How Selenium can transform your career. It gives hope. What do you mean by it gives hope? It gives hope that I may hire someone called Sam for manual testing project, but it gives a hope that sometime we may use automation. It could be Selenium or it could be any other tool. And what that means is it keeps us options open for the IT department, that you know what, we are hiring upfront. So hopefully sometime in the future we will be able to apply Sam's skill onto this project, right? That's the thing. It gives hope. It gives an anticipation that you know what, sometime we'll get there. We don't have time, we don't have initiative, we don't have the funds right now, no problem, but we have the skill. We will get developed into it, and then when the timing is ready, we are already there. We already have the people. We don't need to go out and source new people. Multi-skill. And that's a beautiful thing, right? You will have many more skills than just manual testing, correct? So you have more tools, and that will help your growth, exposure to projects, new opportunities, moving across different jobs. Let's say that you lose a job, unfortunately, or your project ends. Then what next? How much gap can you afford, or would you want to take between projects? How quickly can you get on to the other? Your multi skill will help you there. All right, and that is the reason. Let's say Susan is not just manual QA; she is multi talented. Let us hire her. We need to get these people out of it. This is the edge team. All right, so I've been talking about why it will transform, and here is how it is going to do it. Okay, now you understand why Selenium can transform your career. This is a different perspective that we don't look at, and that is the reason I started with the myth. I told you about the truth of Selenium as a tool and how it's going to do it. Will you work on it? Not necessarily, but it's a hope. You will have to convince yourself that this is what it will do to me. So what next then, team? What is going to happen next to you? What's your excuse? Rather, what's your challenge? What is stopping you from learning this tool? What is your fear, right? And here is your uh, poll for that, the last poll for the day, but launching up, coming up in front of you. There you go, team. What is your biggest fear in learning? And before you vote, look at all the options before you vote, team. I have no clue, don't know where to start. I have never written a code. Java scares me, or automation scares me, or am I even capable? Self belief, or a little bit of all of the above. And I didn't say all of the above because it could be a little bit of all of the above. You never know. You know what? I'm very glad that of what I'm seeing right now on the polls. I'm going to share it with you. And I'll tell you why I'm very glad. And that's beautiful. I'm so happy to see this. I didn't expect that I would get a result like this, but I want to show this to you. You can, in fact, think about what people may be writing about it, what people may really think about it. And then when I share this result, you will see it for yourself. I see something called Am I Even Capable? We're going to come to that. So team 76% votes in. I think this is good time for me to close the poll. Uh, I'll wait for a few more seconds and then I will share the results with you. All right, good. Thank you, team, all for participating. Poll is now closed. And here are the results. So now do you see the results, team? Everyone? Do you see what took the maximum? Absolutely. You know, in fact, what when I started seeing the polls getting actively being voted for, Java scares me was starting at 50%. It was the maximum one, and then I started seeing little bit of all of the above took lead. But for a long time during this poll, the am I even capable was not even voted for once. So very few of you audience do not have belief in yourself. And I'm not saying that the participants who have voted for is just because you've probably not been exposed to something like that, coding or Java, or you were not sure where to start and so on. But I'm very happy to see that most of you have that belief. Uh, and I know that Java scares a lot of us. And trust me, I like it. I love it. I love programming, coding, and that really helped me. But then once you will do it, you will love it as well. That's all I can say. And that's all I and I'll show you something on it as well. Thank you, team. Thank you again for participating. Thank you for really interacting. It's great to see 80% voting results. I know it's an election season for most for the at least people from the Indian subcontinent, and thank you for participating. That's great. All right, team. Back to our presentation. So the poll is done. Now, what's there? So now, let me show you what you need to learn. Okay, very simple, easy, no rocket science. At a high level, I'm going to talk about what you have to learn. And then I will show you what's next. Fundamentals of automation. What is automation? Why do we need to automate? What is the difference from manual testing? How do you think about it? That basic foundation is the first thing that you need to learn. Selenium IDE. What is the Selenium IDE? How does it work? Very simple tool. Hardly will take 1 or 2 hours for you to learn. All right, not more. Then there's something called element identification. Very important concept. Very easy to understand. Once I tell you about objects, what are objects? Anything in your real life is object, right? How do you identify an object? How do you identify Karthik? Phone number, social security, license number, DNA, right? So you can identify a human like that. How do you identify a vehicle? VIN number, license plate number, color, make. So that element identification, all that you see on the website, how do you identify them? That will take you another 2 3 hours to learn. I'm talking learning, not mastering yet. Okay, just learning. Webdriver. A lot of people have been, oh man, Selenium Webdriver. What is this? Rocket science? Nothing. In fact, honestly, if I tell you, Selenium WebDriver will not take more than 2 3 hours. There's nothing big in it. Very simple textbook kind of things. What each of these WebDriver concepts do. But then I understand. The section 5 is a little complex one. But again, that's the only complex one that you've seen so far. 1 to 4 is easy, very straightforward, and it is not a problem at all. In fact, even 5 is easy. Why? Because you're not learning Java as a Java developer. You're not going to go and develop things. You will learn the basic core Java. You will learn how to maintain code, and eventually you learn to write code. Okay, so you're not starting with a two-wheeler bike. You're starting with a bike with small supporting wheels on the side, baby steps, and then eventually you're running, right? So that's how you're going to eventually get there, team. All right. What next? Automation frameworks. This is interesting, and that is what will keep you hooked to learning and mastering Selenium. Okay. Frameworks, the concept of frameworks. It is basically all right. We have learned all of this. 1 to 6 is good. But then how do we apply it in such a way that it is more productive, it is more efficient? We reuse as much as we can, and our whole testing process is more accurate. All right. So that's automation frameworks. Now, is the next one. Before I move, I just want to make sure that you get that these are the building blocks. So these are the learning things that these are the things that you need to really learn. Am I sure? Am I sure is a question from you to me. Karthik, are you sure that we can learn? Are you sure that this is what it is? And how can I say that? Yes, of course you can. How can I give you that confidence and motivate you? Number one, team, I am very humbly thankful uh, for all of you. Thousands have been trained on Selenium alone through ITeLearn, and I've been training on Selenium myself. I'm very, very happy that I've been given this opportunity. I'm very thankful for it. But that's the fact. Okay, the numbers talk a lot. And I'm telling, when I say thousands, I literally mean in a few thousands. The participant feedback team, honestly, I get one or two out of these thousands of members, probably 5 6, who will drop out saying that, you know what, it's too much, it's overwhelming, I cannot, I'm sorry, Karthik, I would love to have a refund. No problem, I understand. I would rather motivate you, try it again, otherwise your money is not going anywhere. All right, I don't have a money back policy because I want people to be more committed. More than the 350 400 $500 that you will spend, it is the effort and the direction that you've taken. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to think that there is a way back. You know what? Let me try or I'll go back. No, go one way. It'll only help you, right? The participant feedbacks have been extremely positive. Not I'm saying that, Karthik is the best trainer, Karthik's tutorials are awesome. I've received those. I'm not saying no, but I'm more happy when say, Karthik, thank you so much. I have learned it. Now I'm confident. Now I know what it is. Now I'm able to attend interviews confidently. I have got the job. I have got the job. I am in. I am in. I'm there. That is the feedback that has really motivated us to further push, get people, and so on. Three, it took us time. It is not one thing. It has taken us years of effort for me to build this learning material, put everything together. The videos is a great source of learning. All right, and I'll talk about that shortly. So all that you need to learn is there. It is organized. It is in the right manner. There's a lot of emphasis on hands-on. There's a lot of emphasis on coding. Sorry, section of that line is missing out. There is a lot of emphasis on uh, uh, advanced automation frameworks. Why should a project be done this way? Why not the other way? How can you talk about it? I want you to start thinking. All right. So it is no longer spoon feeding. It's not from me to you. And team, what we've started doing more recently, which I've seen phenomenal work, is teamwork. we have started to distribute each of you into groups, smaller groups where you can sit with each other, talk to each other daily, about 5 to 10 members in each team, see what you're learning, do a group study, and then do a live project together. All right? After the learning, I'm going to take a project and throw you into it, and you will have many challenges while you're executing it, but by the end of the project team, you will get what you want, what you expected. You will really master Selenium at that point. And that is the reason I know that you can learn and you can eventually master Selenium, and you can help take Selenium and make it transform your career team. All right. And more than anything, team, we've been there for a while. We have a good team, technical support, technical people, administrative, and so on. And I'm glad that we really don't have any kind of a marketing system in place. It's all word of mouth, it's all reference. We are here with you. All right. We kind of work in a very team atmosphere. So we are there with you all along. You're never working alone. All right. It's a common goal that I kind of drive you towards. All right, team, a lot of talking. What is our plan? Here's my quick plan. I'm going to talk about what's coming up in the next few weeks. Today's session is more like an introduction, motivational, to tell you what you need to do, why you need to learn Selenium, why will it transform your career, and how are we going to do it. This week, movie time. When I said movie time, there are a few videos that I want everyone to watch this week. That is it. Do I want you to install anything in your system? No. Do I want you to practice anything? No. Just watch movie. Those are my movies. Unfortunately, it's not your blockbusters yet, but then you have your weekends for it. You should focus on just watching a few videos. You understand, don't understand, doesn't matter. Keep a notepad. Just keep scribbling a few important words I talk. All right. Finish up your curriculum of what I want to show as movies. It's not one movie, multiple movies. When I say movies, videos. All right. That's it. And I'll show you which ones. Next week, one project by me. I'm going to do one project. I'm going to show you how we do the project live. All right. That's the training that I'm talking about. So next week will be a complete project that I'm going to do end to end. I'll walk you through how we start, how we end, the concepts of IDE, element identification, Webdriver, core Java, frameworks will all be put together into it, and you will see how it is done systematically. Smaller project, probably just a data driven framework. All right. But then the 2 weeks after that, you will do the project, one project by you as part of a team. And that will be so much of fun that that's it. You will definitely master Selenium at the end of it. All right. Simple plan. I've done it a few times. I know this has worked. I've received feedbacks. So that's how we're going to go forward. So, team, at this point, I think that's it. You are now ready to get forward, to move on to the next steps. The reason I've done this, team, is we have got immense requests for an orientation. People love to start, they want to be able to take a decision, but you need to start watching the videos now. So, at this point, I'm more than happy to take questions, team. But before that, I want to make sure that you put the questions in the right place. It'll help me answer it. I have shown you on the questions section the link to where I would want you to please start putting your questions. At the end of this page, the one I put in the link right now, uh, and which you see right now on the screen, is the section I would want you to use for your questions, please. So if you go to the Advanced Selenium Live Training Fast Track, under this, if you see, there is something called as question and your name. Please put your question and your name in here, and I will answer it. In fact, there are many questions, many answers to a lot of this content already, but I'm going to take few questions from here after or during what Al has said. Okay, so I'm going to take your questions here, and I'm going to start answering it in a second. I'm going to refresh the page, but before I do that, I want to show the videos that you need to be watching. Live trainings. Selenium bite size. There you go. Open link in new window. And I'm also going to take this and put it in the questions area. I'm assuming all of you are receiving the links that I'm putting it. All right. So, team, I'm assuming you're all getting the links, right? That I'm putting in the questions area. You can use the questions to answer. Unfortunately, the chat isn't really working. Great. Thank you. So, here in this page, what I want you to really watch this week, team, are the following videos. Do you see this? I said well organized content. Here you go. Uh, what happened here? This is not the right page. Give me a second, please. Some content is missing here. All right, there you go. I was at the unfortunately the wrong page. And team, just to let you know, I we are working on a major website rehaul. We have just tested to move all our videos so that it will start playing on your mobile devices, smartphones, iPads, tablets, and so on. We have done it. We have just not put it into place yet. It's a matter of few more weeks going forward, and you're there. So I've just posted this latest link there, and here are the videos I want you to watch. Team, okay? Selenium IDE fundamentals. Do you see this? I start with IDE basics, automation fundamentals, element identification. Remember all those things I showed? All right. The first 5 videos, out of which the first 3 are free for all, and then comes the member videos, are that's the first chapter I want you to watch. Okay. This is about 5 hours of tutorials, team. The next one are the core Java tutorials. Here, even if you watch a few of them, more than enough. But basically, it will talk about core Java, all that you need to know as part of Java programming language for the purpose of Selenium automation is all here. You do not need anything beyond this. You will need it when you go advanced, very advanced into your projects of implementation, and at that time Google is your best friend. Okay, you will get your quick solutions with it. Finally, there are 2 more chapters which will be important. The one which the Webdriver tutorials, which will talk about what are web drivers through data driven framework, and that is it. You don't have to watch the 4th chapter, which is all about an advanced keyword driven framework, and there is the other chapter which is the hybrid framework. Forget about those for now. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay, 3 chapters: IDE, core Java, WebDriver with data driven framework. That is it. Watch them as movies. So even if you put yourself 2 or 3 hours a day of effort in this week, you are more or less ready for next week. Worst case, even if you finish chapter 1 and chapter 2, I'm going to take almost a repetition of what we will do uh, of this chapter 3 on a new application, on a new project in the next week. And then the chapter 4, what you see here, keyword driven framework, I'm going to make you do this on the 3rd and 4th weeks that I'm talking about. All right. So, team, that is all as a message from my side. Now, let me see if I have any questions that I should take. I'm going to refresh this page. Hopefully, I should be able to see some new questions that you have placed here. I hope most of your answers are there. Let us see how I could answer it further. Yeah, team, one answer definitely. Yes, we had limited seats. The reason is I'll show you how many registrants were there for this meeting today. All right, then you will know what I was talking about. Control and go to meeting.com. In fact, I knew the go to training typically has only got about 200 registrations, so I expanded to a go to webinar for 500 registrations, and you will see how many people have registered. I had sent an email only this morning with the registration link. So if I go to my webinars, there are 471 registrations that have happened for today's session uh, on the email that went out this morning. What that means is that's the amount of interested participants. Will all of them pay and join? No, not necessarily. But I'm typically it's about one fourth. Even if 100 people join, it'll be too tough for me to handle it. All right, that's going to be a lot of effort. Of course, I have Manoj, I have Vishal, and I have many more technical members as part of ITeLearn core team who will help me out with it. But still, it should be manageable. And that's the reason we have said that I will not do a demo class. 40, 50 seats out of this have already been sold out because of master of software testing and participants who have prepaid for this course, Selenium training and Selenium live project. That is the reason I was emphasizing. So, team, please take your decision quickly, get on board. You This is the reason I've presented this. I wanted you to take your decision. All right, don't force yourself into it. Take your time, get onto it. The faster the better. The reason I wanted to emphasize that is there's a lot to do. Get your priorities into place, and then let's go. There's nothing more to think. It's a very it's a known road for me, team. Once you're onboarded, I will guide you from there on. All right, so let's see any questions. There are a few questions here. I won't be able to attend any of the Friday classes. How long the video will be available? So, Al, I'm not sure if you're in the session, but the videos are there for an year. You typically are paying for an yearly membership. The first year is $350 for videos, $400 for live plus videos, $525. It includes the live project videos as well. You have a 1 year subscription. Each year renewal is $75, and then you have the second year for 75 and so on. So you have a year long access to these videos. All right, do we will have to take test on Selenium before doing Selenium project? So Sarva, what has happened is while we have done tests, I've seen that people are almost everyone is passing that basic level of 40%, 50% breaking. Okay, so I've seen the projects where there are about out of 10 people, let's say in one team, there are about two or three who are brilliant, who are very good. There are two or three who are absolutely new, but then at the end of it they will learn. So together uh, they make the project happen. The reason is these are real projects that require real testing, and you are working on it. Second reason is that you are exposed to real time scenarios. That is how it is in typical projects. You will see that there's a mixture of people who have got great experience, then there are freshers, all put together, they have to work. So we are simulating your real time project exposure as well through it. Hi, I have no experience in QA field. How would I go about getting my first Selenium automation job? So, Shofi, welcome to the group. I'm sure this question, probably 40% of the audience right now have it. Okay, because a lot of people are looking at a start in QA field with this. And team, there are a bunch of great videos that I've done which will are more career guiding. All right, so if you look at these links here, ISTQB Foundation Career and Performance Testing, how to become software testing, software security testing expert, how to master Selenium, how to be a QA engineer, 5 ways to be a master tester. Do you see this? On my website, you will see this on the right hand side in the widget area. You should be able to watch these. Okay, they will guide you, Shofi, how you could learn. The reason I'm saying learn Selenium is because it will give you the edge, it will get you the job quicker, it will make you more desirable in the market. Just with manual testing, your chances are not that great, and that's the reason I'm emphasizing this. All right, let's see what next. How different is this live project and course compared to the previous live project? Padmaja, it will be the same structure. Okay, this is more for the new participants who have not got a chance to attend the previous project. But it will be on a different project, it will be a different application. We will go through the same process. So if you have attended, you don't have to do it again. You can do it again if you want to, or if you could not attend. The project you're going to do next week, will it start with training in core Java, IDE, and basics of Selenium? So, Senthil, the training I will cover it. Okay. Remember, 1 week of you watching the videos end to end of what I've shown, 1 week of me giving you a detailed walkthrough on one project where I will go through all of these. And then 2 weeks after that will be the live project where you are getting your hands really dirty into it. Okay, you will get into the programming. Hi Karthik, are there any specific system requirements needed for Selenium? Not really, Nilima. Just get a good system. At least 4 GB RAM is great. 2 GB is a little outdated today, and I think the basic Windows or Mac configuration is fine. Nothing beyond. What are the framework you will cover as part of this program? We will cover data driven, we will cover keyword and hybrid framework. Okay, so Padmaja, it's your call. As I said, right? If you want to take it, why do you want to take it? Are you working full time? Then don't take it right now. Okay, there will be projects in future. But are you looking for a career change? Are you looking for a project implementation? You think it will help you in the coming 6 months to 1 year? Then take it. Okay, but what is important is for you to put in that effort and make sure that you do the um, uh, project along with your team members that will be divided into well. Okay. All right, I'm going to refresh and see if there are more questions. So, team, once again, any questions, do not use the chat, please. Like others, use the system link that I've shown here, and you should be able to post your question there. I've resent the link. This is a good place for you to start asking questions. In fact, if you go back and scroll from the top, you'll see the answers that have been covered earlier. Okay, these are just the questions that have been asked more recently. So let's see, what did I cover till? I think I covered till Nilima, Shri, Padmaja, Mohammed Khan. Your question, I'm going to take this. I signed up for a most course. The thing I don't like is working with team is hard because timing issue, and we're not doing face to face. Mohammed, I don't know. You're probably one of the few people who have said that you don't like to work with team. If you're already in a full time job, you will of course not have time to work. Correct? But then this most master of software testing is a very intense program, and it includes this package with that. All right, so that's a completely different purpose. Now, the teamwork is very critical for a live project. You can go and ask any of the master software testing professionals. They will give you the feedback that this teamwork has helped them immensely. There's no second thoughts about it. All right, in fact, you know it for sure that we have such a transparent system. Let's look at our own Google Drive. All right, and here we have the most members, over 40 members here, right? And then we have the existing one, another 25. You know the depth to which each of the teams go, what kind of documentation they create, how they go about doing the project execution, right? So there is an intense focus. So what we're doing is a very, very in-depth program. It is not something that, hey, you want to come, do it at your own time, learn it. If that is the case, just subscribe for the videos, learn from the videos, and go on. Okay, this program is about giving that exposure of live project, teamwork, and so on. Demiki, as I said, it's a yearly renewal. It's just $75. You just have to pay that for the video. A project is $125 additional. Please contact the sales team for further details on it, and then we can go forward. Saket, as per the last meeting in SF, I started to practice the recorded videos. Brilliant. How is the training different from what I'm currently practicing? Will taking up training break my flow? No, Saket. Like I said, finish that. All right. And then next week, I will do one project. It will be good to participate in a scheduled live program. You will go through a flow. Okay. Because again, I will take another project, another application, and go through it. And then I'm not sure, but if you will have time to participate in the live project or not. Okay, so look at your commitment of time and then decide. You're already started with the video, so that's good. When I've always planned to learn Selenium, but seeing many subjects like Maven, JUnit, TestNG, Cucumber, Page Object Model, it scared me. So Rajnikant, again, if you look at IT itself, it is so humongous, right? So if you are confused here, just imagine what will happen to a fresh grad who's passing out of college, who've done their engineering or finished their masters or MC or MTech, and then should I get into IT because it's so vast, so many things to do. But the point is, why do you want to do everything? You'll do one thing good, then you'll do another thing good, then you'll do another thing good, right? You're not going to do all the things, right? Selenium is an ocean team. There's no question about it. Honestly, if I ask you, there is so many things you can do with Selenium. So if I go to the Selenium videos page, all right, you will see that the topics that are covered here are endless. I mean, there's a lot here, right? Apart from what you will see, there are things like Ajax. How do you work with dynamic pages? Selenium Grid. How do you do Ant? How do you work with Ant as a build tool? Database testing with Selenium. Then Selenium with SVN and Maven. Okay, all of these things are there, but do it as a need basis. This program right now is to get you started, to handhold you, sorry, to catch you and take you through that specific guided tour of how you can definitely learn and master Selenium to what you need right now. And then as you need to apply it, you can get there. So we have to pay for watching the member videos, right? Yes, Sushmita. This is a premium course. It's a membership based program. You have the you can go to the pricing page. You will see it. In fact, the prices are right here. We have a very transparent website. All that you can see is here. Okay. Next, what else? So, team, another 5, 6 more minutes, and I'm trying to handle as many questions as I can. I know there are over 180 participants right now in the session. I'm trying to make sure that I address as much as I can. If there's any question that's repeating, I'm going to ignore it and I'll move on to the next one, please. Do I need to learn Java first to learn Selenium? Raj, Jyoti, I will. I'm mixing it up together into one. So it's not going to be Selenium and Java and so on. Okay, as I said, as I showed you those chapters of what you need to learn, Java is one portion of it, right? So, for example, there's Selenium IDE fundamentals, then there is core Java, then there are some of Webdriver tutorials with frameworks. So, there are many things, but you will see you'll be learning all of them together in one easy flow. All right. Forget about Java team. You don't have to worry about Java. You don't have to worry about TestNG or JUnit. And in fact, JUnit and TestNG is nothing different from Java. Once you learn Java, it is just 30 minutes on what is JUnit, 30 minutes on what is TestNG, and that's it. Hi Karthik, I'm not sure which package I need. Can you please suggest? Madhu, very simple. If you're working full time in QA and you think that you need to learn Selenium, you do not have too much time. Take the recorded videos only. All right, if you have a little bit more time that you can participate in the live session as well, go for the live training and recorded videos. If you have not in a currently in a job but looking to get into a job soon, let's say in the next 1 month or 1.5 months, and you have a little bit more time, then get into the project work as well. That is my suggestion to you. Very simple. If you are already working in QA, you need to learn Selenium, just go for recorded videos. If you want to spend a little bit more time, then get into live training, because with videos you will get access to it all, right? If you are not working currently, all right, and you think that you can spend much more time onto this program, you really need to master Selenium right from the beginning till the ending. Then you have to get into this first option of the live project. All right. Hope I was clear with that response. Let's see. Hi, Karthik. The videos are more than 50 hours. Shilpa, I have over 100 hours of videos. Don't worry. So, what I'm asking you to watch, in fact, I should read your question before I should answer it. Will 2 weeks are enough to finish? No. Will you be teaching core Java as I don't have any coding experience? Yes. I don't even know how to write class methods, etc. But Shilpa, you already know, you're talking at class, you're talking at method, so you have some start, right? The participants who are absolutely new, and that is the reason this session is trying to emphasize on it, that do not be under the myth that Selenium is extremely complex to learn. It is not. People have made it complex. Once you go through it, you will think it was not as tough as it has been presented or projected to be. Okay. I paid for training today. When I get my membership for access, Joe, give us about 24 hours. You will get it within that, your login details, so that you can get onto the website and start accessing. Is there a class on Thursday this week? That's what the first email I got said. Yes, Meg. Uh, what we're doing is with the sessions, all the schedule will get communicated directly through the GoTo webinar. So, is that GoTo webinar link? Okay, I think it's here. Yeah, there you go. So anything that you have, I will be changing it here. and you will automatically get the schedule change bit. This will be the same link, same session that you'll continue to use. Right now, I kept a session for the 1st May, Thursday, so that I can get a gauge on what you have done, what you have studied, and be able to address any challenges that you have through these few days that you've gone through. Okay. So if there's a change, I will let you know. Otherwise, this week we'll meet on 1st again, and then next week is a full week session. After that also is a full week session, and then we will meet about twice or thrice a week while the project is going. All right. Okay, team. I'm going to take the last few questions, and then we will call it a day. Okay. Where am I? I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. There you go. Is this training covers Maven, Ant, and Jenkins? Jenkins, no. Maven, Ant, yes. It is part of the video tutorials package that you have access to. So, team, I'm going to refresh it for one last time and see if there's any questions after Shri. Uh, take 2 or 3 more questions and then final notes to wind up the session. I hope I'm recording this. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. And sorry, team, the website went off to this morning because too many hits to the website at the same time after we sent that email out. So, Shri. Okay, here. Okay, no. Wow, there are a lot more questions now. So, team, I may take 5 more minutes additional so that I get a first-hand live answer back to you, or else there'll be a response on this form later. Okay. I wanted to know that which I need to do, learn QTP or Selenium. Do I need to learn both for automation as beginner from non-IT? Shanti, pick one of the two. Don't take both right now. Okay. So take one, QTP or Selenium. Do not worry about it. Take one and go with it. All right. I would suggest Selenium more because I believe it'll have wider market. You may get a better job or better recognition to you. But again, they're very close to each other. You can almost see the balance between them. All right. Naz, I've seen your video online. They're good, but there's a lot of distraction as you have recorded video, your webinars, and not professionally produced them. Are the paid videos different quality than on YouTube? No, Naz, they're not of different quality. I have not really produced them professionally or edited them and so on. For example, this session is one session, but all I can say is that the overall feed, not overall, I have not seen any negative feedback in terms of the video or editing because they're done live and it is very tough to kind of edit it or break it down into pieces. It's not really like a movie. And all I've done are like projects. However, the ones on YouTube are very, very basic. They are more introductory and demo sessions. The sessions that are as part of the membership are more in depth and more advanced. Is the live projects testing on the website ITeLearn? No, we are not testing on website ITeLearn. We have an absolute different project application for it, which is under production. We are in the beta there. I'm going to have you test it. It's not QA on air. It's not ITeLearn. Which framework is most popular? All frameworks are popular. What is the last day for registering into this class? Sushmita, not really last day. The earlier the better. The reason is I need to divide you guys into team because you'll need to do a lot of teamwork, project works, and so on. That's the most important thing. My application is on Siebel works only in IE. Now they're going to open UI in Chrome and Firefox. So can I test with Selenium? Jiva, again, I'll not get into the technicalities of it. There is a complete technical forum for it. You could use it if you're a member. If you go to the members area and go to the tech support, you will see a complete section on Selenium alone. And team, this is the tech support. All right, we started this forum this year and we've already got over 1200 posts on Selenium alone. Okay, so please use the Selenium automation. This is being monitored by my tech help team daily basis. There are over 5,000 members in this post in this forum as of this year, not this year, since 2013 beginning. So your questions will get answered there, technical questions. Project team, I will not explain right now. I will do it when I start the project. So it's a little early for me to explain. With this training, can we appear for Selenium jobs that require some project experience? Absolutely, Naresh. With this training and the live project, you can absolutely do it. In fact, we have just sent an email asking for participants' feedback because we've got so many people who've got placed very recently. We've got calls for it. We wanted to collect the feedback. It may help for the newcomers to take the decision. When is the training start in the next week? Shilpa, the training is starting today. All right, it's not starting next week. You already are given what you need to be doing this week. Next week is this live is one project that I am doing. By then, it will you have to go through those videos that I've mentioned. Uh, Pricing, I've already addressed. It is there on the top. You can go to it, please. As a beginner to Selenium, do you suggest me to first go through the videos? Yes, because videos will give you an end-to-end overview first time. When I do the project next week, you will get, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. I think now I need to do hands on. When you get to the project the week after, for the next 2 weeks, you will be doing extensive hands on. And then you will feel that you're really confident. You will take the project and put it onto your resume and say that I have done this project. This is exactly what we did. And that will be of immense value. Yes, Alex, you can access the videos later. Uh, Work full time as manual tester will have enough time for the live project? No, Gayatri, you will not have. Um, so I would not suggest you to get into a live project right now. However, you can join and watch the videos only, but participate into it at a later point in time. And team, this live project is all about you. You will be doing it. You will be presenting it every week and show us that this is what we did. This is what we did. And in fact, that will help you significantly because uh, you once you do anything and you show it in front of all the other audience team, you're uh, you're almost doing your interview. When you get to interview and they ask you the question about project, you've spoken about it earlier, you've seen your other team members and other teams speaking about it, you have developed a lot of confidence on it. And team, I really cannot express in words the uh, what you will experience through these projects and through this training. All right, so once you're on board, you will see how it's gonna shape you up. And again, team, I'm not saying that everything is cakewalk. I'm not saying it's all easy. All I'm saying is this is a great solution once you decide that you want to do Selenium. I'm new to IT, but I have knowledge in QA, web services, and QTP. I'm a little bit confused. Mavi, you're absolutely fine. You're in a great position now to learn Selenium, much better than someone who's non-IT. Okay, so you're already there. It is easy for you. You don't have to be confused at all. Someone who's new, they have to spend a little bit more time, more effort, and that's the reason I'm emphasizing more for them. So you're fine. I've answered these only for videos. Which one should we choose? See this process, whole process of automation done. I think team almost. I'm just scanning through and making sure that I have not left any important questions. Learning, but once course is complete, can you provide us with any placement assistance issue? There's a complete placement assistance program. I've been conducting mock interviews almost every Tuesday. We've been actively pushing candidates for a lot of opportunities. We are very happy that a lot of people have got placed on their own. We have also referred many people to many other projects and consultancies. So overall, it's a successful program that's going on. So that is in place. Talk more about group teamwork for this training. So team, I cannot really talk about it, but just let you know, all of you will be divided into groups. Unfortunately, I've closed the Google Drive, and all of you are connected on Google Drive. You are chatting with each other live on Skype. You are having your own internal daily stand-up team meetings. You will discuss what you've learned. You'll talk about your project work. Then you go about working remotely. Call each other when you have questions or queries, and you're watching the videos. You're working on the project. So there's a lot of interaction that's happening. So is most certified? Yes, most is a certified course. You will get a certificate of participation and a certificate of excellence depending on your performance of it. Will the certificate has a value in the market once you present it and tell them what the project is all about? Absolutely. And team, I have seen the recognition for someone who's gone through ITeLearn's training increasing significantly in the market. You have to just walk through them as to what you've done. Can I use Mac for this training? Absolutely. Does knowing QTP help with Selenium? Yes, because you know some basics of automation. You know another coding language, so learning another language is not going to be tough, and so on. Since we are doing videos, will we have to attend the class? Yes, Tahir. It's a program. You can opt for videos, or you can opt for videos and live, or you can also additionally opt for live project. So that's your call. Uh, it's not a question but a request. Most of the opportunities are asking for a combination of Selenium, Java, and Cucumber, and test-driven methodologies. So please plan a fast track. So this is a fast track right now. I I don't want to team if my time permits. Unfortunately, with so many batches going on with demand, I'm not able to focus on launching newer trainings. I want to do more trainings. I will get there eventually. I don't have a timeline yet for tools like Cucumber or Ruby on Rails or Python and so on. So I'm getting onto it sometime. Hopefully, I will. And team, I know if I refresh the page, there'll be many more questions out here. Unfortunately, we have completed an hour of session today, and I'm going to close the session. I'm going to have this video for offline view for you. Continue to post your questions here. My team and I, we will monitor it and respond to it regularly. Have any questions additionally, you can also email us, but use this. And in fact, I want you to go through some of the responses that have already been placed in here before you ask a question, please. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all joining. I appreciate you spending your 1 hour preciously with us. And I would love to take up further questions offline and answer it there. I wish you all the best in your career. I wish and hope that you take what is right for you. And we are all here. Reach us back as you need. Feel comfortable. And hopefully, I'll see you on Thursday then. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. Thanks all. So, team, yes, one last one before I sign off. Uh, it's a first come, first serve basis. And I said there's no last date for it. So, take your decision quickly, but get started with the videos. That is the most important thing. Please do not wait at all. You have little time. This is a fast track. I want you to quickly get the skill that you require. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the week and see you on Thursday then. Thanks all. Bye then. Thank you. Thank you all.